Hey everyone, we're going to be filling out some W-9s today. There's 4 different W-9s that we're going to be looking at, and they all relate to businesses. So either LLCs or corporations. The first one that we're going to look at is for a Singlemember LLC that did not choose to be taxed as a corporation. So if you have an LLC and you're the only member, and you did not choose to have it taxed as either a C Corp or an S Corp, to fill out the form, you're going to put your full name on line 1. It has to match exactly what's on your tax return. On line 2, you're going to put the name of your LLC. In section 3, you're going to check the box for individual, sole proprietor, or single member LLC. It's likely that you'll leave section 4 blank. If you are in a situation where this does need to be filled out, you'll know that it has to be filled out, and there's instructions below on how you'll go ahead and fill that out. In sections 5 and 6, you'll put your address. You can leave the requester's name and address blank. It's optional. I suggest not filling that out because then each time someone requests this form from you, you're going to have to update it. You'll likely leave section 7 blank as well. It's for any account numbers that are associated with why you're filling out the form. And in a business-to-business setting, there usually aren't any. So even though you have your name on the form, since it's for the LLC, you're going to enter your EIN. I wouldn't put my social on there as well. You're going to want to just put the EIN. You'll come down, sign, and date it. Okay, so the next situation is for an LLC that has more than one member. So it's a MultiMember LLC. In this situation, on line 1, you're not going to put any of the partners or members' names. You're going to put just the LLC's name. Line 2 will be blank unless you also have a DBA for that LLC. In section 3, you're going to check the box for limited liability company, and then you're going to put a P in there for partnership. This is assuming that you did not elect to have this LLC taxed as either a C corporation or an S corporation. Up here, you're going to see that there is a partnership box to check, but that's not what you're going to check. You're going to check limited liability company because that's what you have, with P for partnership. Section 4, again, likely leave blank. Everything else is the same. 5, 6, requesters, account numbers, and then the EIN, again, sign and date. This one is for an LLC taxed as an S corporation. So again, LLC name on line 1, nothing on line 2 unless you also have a DBA. In section 3, again, you're going to check the box for limited liability company. You're going to put an S in there for S corporation. If you chose to have your LLC taxed as a C corporation, then you would just replace that with a C for C corporation. Everything else is the same. You'll put the EIN, and then someone from the LLC, either you or one of the members, if there's more than one member, needs to sign it. And lastly, it's a corporation. So you'll put the name of the corporation on line 1. Line 2 will be blank unless you have a DBA. In section 3, you're going to check the box for S corporation. Unless your corporation is taxed as a C corporation, at that point you'll check the box for C corporation. Everything else is the same. Address for requester's name and address, account numbers, you'll put the EIN, you'll come down, sign, and date. So those are all the different ways that you would fill out a W-9 if you have either an LLC or a corporation. And to just summarize them one more time, this is how you'll fill it out if you have a single member LLC that's not taxed as a corporation. It does need to include the owner's name on line 1. This is how you're going to fill it out if there's an LLC with more than one member. It's taxed as a limited liability company, and the tax classification is P for partnership. This is how you would fill out the form if you have an LLC that you elected to have either taxed as a C corporation or an S corporation. You would just put the designation in here, either C or S. And lastly, this is how you would fill out the form if you formed a corporation. You would just have to check the box that it was taxed as either a C corporation or an S corporation. And again, on every single one of these forms, it should have your EIN. It should not have your social security number, and just make sure that you sign and date it before submitting it. That's it. Thank you so much for watching.